everyone, it's Susan with The Smart Traveller. If you're new here, welcome to our channel. We love travelling and making memories and want to be able to share our experiences, tips and reviews with you in hopes that you can make some awesome memories too. If that's interesting to you, please like and subscribe to this channel. Being a proud Texas resident, I'm excited to share some pretty awesome things to do in my home state. In today's video, I'm going to be focusing on some of my favorite must-do activities in downtown San Antonio. San Antonio, in my opinion, should be on everyone's radar when it comes to planning a vacation. There are a ton of attractions for adults and kids, and the natural beauty makes for a perfect family getaway. San Antonio is the second biggest city in Texas, so driving around and navigating through the traffic and trying to find parking could be an overwhelming thought for someone who's never been there before. So I'm going to cover some things that you can do within walking distance if you're staying downtown. San Antonio was the first civil settlement in Texas, so there's a lot of rich history and culture that exists in the city. From the earliest Spanish explorations to the Mexican rule and the Texas Republic, you're bound to feel transported in time in this city. If you're not sure where to book your accommodation, I would suggest finding a hotel on the Riverwalk. It's a great central location and you can do most of the activities that I'm going to be talking about on foot. I'll go ahead and put some links of various hotels that we've stayed at and liked in the description box below. My first recommendation is what some might consider a rite of passage if you're coming to San Antonio. You can't visit the city without making a visit to the historic monument, the Alamo. If you're a history buff, you will absolutely love it. When we went, I was actually surprised to see that it's so much more than the church building that you typically see when you think of the Alamo. The grounds are also home to some really beautiful, well-kept gardens with plenty of interesting exhibits to see. If you have kids, they have a guided 45-minute Young Texan tour. We opted out of the guided tours because our kids were honestly just happy walking around the grounds, playing and taking pictures. There's no cost to explore the Alamo, but there are collection boxes to receive donations as the upkeep of the grounds depends on the generosity of the visitors. The Riverwalk is another experience you don't want to miss if you're going to San Antonio. I could have spent our whole vacation just walking up and down the river. There are so many attractions, places to shop, and dining options along the river. Our kids actually enjoyed walking around and watching the ducks. And I love that in a lot of the restaurants along the river, it's not uncommon for mariachi bands to come and play beautiful music while you eat, making the experience that much better. You can learn more about the history of San Antonio and see the river from a whole different perspective by getting on a guided river barge. We absolutely loved it, especially at night when it was nice and cool. Doing this at night really allows you to see the city all lit up, and it was really nice to be able to sit after a long day of walking. Tickets to get on the barge were fairly reasonable. We paid about $12 for each adult and $6 for each of our kids. If you have little ones, I would definitely recommend visiting Ripelys Believe It or Not and the Wax Museum. The Wax Museum was pretty fun, and I was personally impressed by how realistic the wax figures looked. You can expect to find most of your favorite celebrities, historical figures, and many more in their themed exhibits. Our kids really enjoyed Ripelys. There were a few exhibits that scared our 5-year-old, but all in all, they loved it. It was hot outside, so being indoors in the air conditioning was definitely a plus for us. There are 3 floors of interactive exhibits, which is great if your kids like to be hands-on. You can purchase tickets while you're there, or you can save time and pre-purchase them online. I'll go ahead and put a link to where you can buy your tickets in the description box below. If you love to shop and need to get out of the Texas heat, or cold depending on the time of year you plan on visiting, the River Center Mall is a great spot to check out while you're in San Antonio. You can find your popular stores like H&M, James Avery, and American Eagle, or some of the more unique, less known stores. For a more culturally diverse experience, Be sure to check out El Mercado, also known as the historic Market Square. It's located in the heart of downtown San Antonio. This festive marketplace really reflects the culture of Old Mexico with over 100 locally owned shops, restaurants, and stalls. We ate at the famous Mi Tierra Cafe and Bakery. I would highly recommend this place for some great authentic food. We were met with a mariachi band that serenaded us while we ate. Even if you're not hungry, there's a legendary bakery there with all sorts of delicious desserts. All of these things can be done in just a short week, or if you plan on staying longer, there's so much more to see. I hope you found this video helpful, and if you did, please give us a like and a subscribe if you want to see more videos like this.